Assalamu alaikum.
Just wait for one more minute. Furqan Ali has some technical issue, so just wait for one more minute.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry for the technical issue. I was facing connection error. All right. So today our goal is to build a chatbot using Microsoft Azure. There are two services of Microsoft Azure that we are going to use for building a chatbot. Let's see what they are. All right. So as I told you, you're attending today to build a chatbot with Microsoft Azure. And what is chatbot? A chatbot is a human language interpreter, or you can say it's a UI based human that does not exist in reality. It exists virtually, but it does not exist in reality. It can talk and it can conversate with you like a human do with each other. And here we go again, another definition of chatbot. A chatbot is a software application used to conduct an online chat conversation via text or text to speech. All right, so there are different kinds of chatbot. You can have conversation with a bot using your voice. That is called NLU, natural language translation. And second one is text conversion. I mean, text to text conversation with the bot. So you type a text and you get a text in response. So that's another type of chatbot. And in Azure, we have two types of services. Number one is Luis, and the second one is QNS Maker. The one which I like the most, or the service which I love is Q&A Maker. And uh, Luis is more interactive thing is the more what I like the most about Q&A is it is more interactive and it is more customizable as compared to the Luis. Luis is not that much customizable. Let's move ahead. So there are different kinds of cognitive services in Microsoft Azure, but today we are just going to talk about the boards, how to build a bot using Microsoft Azure, and most specifically Q&A bot. So there are different kind of services as you can see in my screen. Vision service by cognitive. Microsoft Cognitive Services. There is also there's also language service, knowledge service, and search services. These are all the services provided by Microsoft Azure. And what's new about Luis is it enables developer to produce next level models using decomposition. I mean, in a layman terminology, I must say that Luis is a kind of chatbot in which you provide, in which you just come to get information or knowledge about something. I mean, it's not a kind of tool that in which you can have a cross questioning with the bot like the Google, in which like the Google chatbot in which you just pass your query and you get a response. And in response, Google asks you something and you choose a kind of option from those provided options and you get another response. So that's a kind of interactive chatbot. Those services are provided by Q&A chatbot of Azure, not Luis. Luis is just a kind of information gaining chatbot. Let's say I want to know about, let's say what are the deals provided by the restaurant located nearby me. So it is going to give me the services provided by the restaurant like that. So what I like, as I said, we are going to build a Q&A maker. We are also going to build a Luis chatbot, but the thing which I like about Q&A maker is, uh, you, uh, can you please turn off your mic so that if anyone is having. All right. So in Q&A maker, when you say, let's say you come to bot, you say, what's the Wi-Fi password? And it responds you back like, the Wi-Fi network is Azure and the password is this. All right. So that's a kind of simple interaction with Q&A bot. You can have multiple interactions, multiple types of interaction with Q&A bot. Like, what's the Wi-Fi password? So it says, I mean, what type of user are you? Like, are you the employee of the company or are you the guest? Because there are different types of Wi-Fi user, like the guest user and the company user. So it can ask you a cross question as well. So the agenda of today meeting or today webinar is to create a Q&A maker knowledge base, create a boss based on the knowledge base, advanced knowledge base feature and deployment. All right, so this is a life cycle of, am I audible to everyone? Oh, Zephyr, can you please respond me? Life cycle of a conversation bot. Okay, let me repeat the agenda. I was first telling me to repeat the agenda because my voice was getting cut in between. So agenda of today meeting is to create a Q&A maker, knowledge-based chatbot, and from scratch to deployment, we're going to build it. We are not going to deploy it on Azure Cloud because that's the part of the second workshop. We're going to deploy our web app along with chatbot next time, but we are just going to deploy it locally, not on Azure. All right. So life cycle of a conversational bot, as you can see, you're going to design, build, test, because when you build a chatbot, you need to test it because if you have to test, like if it is gonna if it is gonna meet your desired needs or not, because people are really nerdy. I mean, people are really, they are literally going to break your chatbot. They are always after breaking the loops or breaking the actual working of the chatbot. They don't want the normal working of chatbot. They will write something that will cause an ununderstandable behavior from the chatbot. And lastly, we're going to publish it, then we're going to connect it with our application, and then we're going to evaluate. Evaluation is done to check how best it is performing on the queries of customers, how best it is responding to the queries of our customer. And lastly, we're going to have, all right, so let's see the demo of the chatbot which we are going to build. Zephyr, can you present your screen, please? All right.
So now I hope it's being presented. So I'm going to showcase you which I did few moments ago. So for example, it's already here that we sent hi, hey, hello. So it's responding very good. Now just sending some new things like how are you?
All right, so first of all, we're going to try asking our chatbot, how are you? Let's type, how are you?
It's just saying not it.
Okay. Try show me your face.
Oh, just a whole new.
All right, so it was funny. Do you like me? Okay, let's say, do you like me? Let's try this out. Uh, can you see the screen, guys? Any one of you can respond us back. Can you see the updates on screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Oh, thanks.
Okay, so let's try something else.
Let's say, do you like me? Right. Let's say, wanna marry me? All right. So let's say I don't like AI. So as you can see, these are we're getting response in terms of images as well. So we're getting images as well. So let's say I don't like AI. All right. So now how to use Azure for free? All right. So okay. So lastly, we're going to try how to hack Google. That's a tricky question we're going to ask our chatbot. So, so as you can see, so we got the chatbot with we got a quite interactive chatbot, so it is giving us images as well as text in terms of in return. So today we're going to build this chatbot. So as you can see, this chatbot is right now deployed in Teams, Microsoft Teams, but you can deploy it in a web app, in Microsoft Teams, in any app, in Facebook, or in whatever app you want to build. You can deploy this chatbot and it is ready to go. So let's start building our own chatbot. Okay, so first of all, we would have to open up our Azure. We have to first of all log in into our Azure account. Let me go to my home, Microsoft Azure. And when you come to Azure, you would have to just, all right, so first of all, you have to create a resource group. If you haven't created any resource group, you would just directly go to the bot services. If you don't find bot services right in front of you, just come over here in the search bar and write bot services. And you're gonna see in the top, and you can click over here as well. So first of all, we're gonna create a bot. Give me a second. Yeah, so in bot services, we're gonna say add bot service. It's taking long. All right, so I'm gonna choose web app bots. So I'm gonna say click create one. Side by side, open up your AI as well. I mean, why it is taking too long? Let me refresh the page. Today we got a technical issue in our area. That's why the internet is not working that much good as it works normally. Yeah, so we were doing WebBot and yeah, we click create. Yeah, so now you will get this thing, bot handler. Okay, so what do you want to call your bot? Let's say I want to call my bot first bot. Or let's say second bot. Let's call it second bot. All right, so we do not have requested bot ID. Why? All right, so okay, so first of all, you have to come to this AI Lewis.ai. Let me open it over here. AI dot Lewis dot AI. Or let me just cut the URL, and you will open up this URL. I'm going to provide you in the slides. Let me copy it over here. Later on, you can connect with this URL. Yeah, so when you open up this URL, you will come to this. You will log in. You will first of all log in into this by using Microsoft Outlook ID, and then you will come to this page will open up, and you will click New App for Conversation, and you will click. Or so first of all, you will select your subscription. So like I have Azure for Students subscription. You would have your own subscription of Azure, which you did last time, and you will select out this chatbot for. I just created this resource, and how would you get this resource? As I told you, first of all, in the main menu, let's say, let me open up the main menu of web apps. Azure. In the main menu, you would go to resource group and you would create a resource. So you will create a resource from here. So let me first create a resource for you. Yeah, so you will select your subscription and you will say resource group. I'm going to call it second chat bot. And you're going to select your region, in which region do you want to host your chatbot. So mostly the best practice is to choose the nearest region in which you want to host your web app, in which the most of your customer are. So so let's say the nearest region to my area is East Asia, because we live in Pakistan. So in Pakistan, the nearest region was Sri Lanka, but Sri Lanka is not available over here. We're going to use East Asia. So we have chosen East Asia. Now we will click review and create. So once you click it, again click create, and it's going to create for you. Now it's doing validating. It usually takes 1 to 2 seconds, and now you can see we have created our resource group perfectly. All right, so now you can go back to your Lewis.ai platform, and now when you see, okay, now let me refresh this page again. Now you will see the resource which we created over there over here. So let's say I'm again going to choose Azure for students, and what the heck, I'm not seeing my resource. So let me see why I'm not seeing my resource group. If I click my second chat bot, and I see Q&A bot. Where is it? Chatbot Furqan authoring. Is your okay, so here it is. In cognitive services, we just go into all right, so so we're gonna create our resource group, the authoring resource over here, which we was creating in the start web bot. So so let's say we created our resource group first, and now we'll come to this bot services and web bot portion. You can directly jump to this portion by doing research over here. In the search bar, you can write directly bot services, and you will get this. You'll click bot services, and you will click web bot, and you will click when you will click web bot, you will get this bot handler, and you can write over here really. This is my resource name. The resource name which I created was let me see, the resource group name was yeah, second chatbot. So my resource group name was second chatbot, so I'm going to write second chatbot. Yeah, so now it verified like this resource group exists. And I'm going to choose my subscription as I told you, and resource group, I'm going to say my resource group is, you can create a new resource group over here by simply clicking create new, and you will type the name, which is let's say Furqan chat bot 2. So you have to create multiple resource groups which with the unique names. These are the mandatory things to get yourself done with the chatbot. And I'm going to choose the nearest region, which is East, which I choose where is, yeah, East Asia. Yeah, previously I choose East Asia, so I'm gonna choose East Asia over here as well. And I'm gonna choose my pricing type. I'm gonna say premium messages, 1K, 10K. So I'm gonna choose S1, right? So I'm gonna choose S1, and app name will be second chatbot. Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with this second chatbot, and bot template should be, I'm gonna say basic board, eco board. Yeah, that's okay. Keep it default. Go back, and yeah, so keep it default as well. App service plan location, don't change it, otherwise you will get an error when you will be creating this application. And over here, application inside, change the location as well. Make it East Asia as well, as we have done for the above cells as well. So I'm gonna say create. So yeah, it is validating our service. Yeah, let it. Yeah, now it is created. The deployment in progress. It takes usually 1 minute because Azure is not. Uh, Azure is initiating the resources for you, so it usually takes 1 minute because usually when you turn on your computer, it takes 1 to 2 minutes. So when you instantiate any resource on cloud, what it does, it creates an instance for you. What is instance? Instance is a computer, remote computer. It starts a remote computer for you in Microsoft Azure cloud and data center. So it allocates you a unique computer in which you can perform your task and you can get services out of it. So that's why it takes usually long. Yeah, I see now. Yeah, so the deployment is succeeded. Now we're gonna go back to our Lewis services, and we are going to refresh our page. Now let's see. I'm gonna get my authoring resources now. Yeah, so now I'm gonna choose my service, Azure for Student. Okay, I have created my web app, so it is not showing me over there. Bot service, second bot. Go back to my home. Let me zoom it a bit. It's not showing me over here. Chatbot Furqan, Q&A bot Furqan. Where is my chatbot? So let's say Louis. Okay, we did a mistake. Instead of creating language understanding instead of initiating a language understanding resource group, we created a resource group for a separate instance. That kind of problem you can also encounter. So when you will go to cognitive services, you need to choose language understanding instead of web apps. We choose web apps. We created resources for web apps instead of we are not going to create resources for web apps. We are going to create resources for language understanding. So don't make this mistake. I just forgot about because there are a ton of services in Azure. Committing a mistake is it's not a new thing. Even a great expert can forget about different types of services, which one to use on which platform. So that's a big mistake, and that's a problem you're also going to encounter in your development lifecycle. So yeah, so let me give you a quick reminder again. You have to say language understanding. In cognitive services, you have to go to language understanding services. When you will say add, I'm not going to create again. I'm going to say I'm just going to jump directly to language understanding services. So yeah, so in the search the marketplace, you will write up language understanding, and you will see this service. Yeah, so you will click create this service. Yeah, both. You will choose both. You will choose your subscription. You will say resource group. I'm gonna say test bot this time. I'm gonna call it. All right. So I'm gonna create a new resource group, or I'm gonna choose existing one. Let's say I created second chatbot, so I'm gonna choose this. I'm gonna use this resource group, which I had created previously in front of you. So I'm gonna type the name test bot. What do we call it? Louis. Let's say we call it Louis. Okay, so we can't use it saying we can't use underscore or such that kind of things in our name. Okay, so it is saying Louis test bot Louis is already in use. So let's say let me write Furqan in front of it because you have to choose a very unique name for your chatbot. Yeah, so this test bot Louis Furqan is available. That's a very long name and pathetic name. I'm not liking it, but tragedy goes with the life. Everything goes with the territory. Authoring location, I have to choose only 3 are available, so I'm going to say Australia East. Australia is relatively near than the other two. I'm going to say free tire. I'm going to use free tire, and East US. Let's say I'm going to say East Asia, not East US, because my all the resources are created in East Asia. So it's a good practice to create every resource in a single location. Don't create your resources in different locations because it is going to create ping. It is going to create latency in your services. And pricing tier, I'm going to choose again free, and I'm going to say review and create. So yeah, it is validating, it is creating our service. It's also going to take 1 minute. Usually when you are creating resources, this kind of thing takes time. But once you are done with these resources, this is only the typical part in creating a chatbot. But once you are done with this thing, the rest of the things are very easy. So first of all, I'm going to tell we are creating Louis chatbot. Then we will move towards Q&A chatbot. Yeah, so it is saying deployment succeeded. We say that you can just click go to resources, and if you haven't opened up this thing like this one, you just go to this, and in the second, just click the third one, language understanding portal Australia. I'm going to click this thing, and it is going to open up a new tab for me. Yeah, so I don't need this thing. I'm going to close it, and it's going to open up Louis tab for me. Yeah, over here, I'm going to choose my subscription type, which is Azure for Student. And now you can see the chatbot Furqan, test bot Louis Furqan is available. So before that, we created resources in different region. Sorry, I mean different resources, not the Louis chatbot resources. Those were resources not relatively. Those resources cannot be linked to Louis chatbot. You have to create a those specific resources which can be linked to Louis chatbot. So what was the name of that resource? It was language understanding. Yeah, over here. So you have to create language understanding chat resource. And now, once you are done with that, you're going to choose your authoring resource, which is test-bot Louis Furqan authoring. I could have gone with the previous one which I have created, which was already available over here, but you would have not understand the real core functionality of how to create resources on Azure. So I would have to create it. That's why I created everything from scratch. So now you're going to say I'm going to create a new app for conversation. So what are we going to call our app? We're going to call our app Louis app for Lewis app for fun. Let's say we call it Lewis app for fun. And yeah, so language would be English, description would be simple chat app, prediction resource. Yeah, keep it default, don't change it. Yeah, so now your application is created. You can just simply create next, or just close it from here. So now you will see this type of screen when once you're done with the creation of your chat app, you will see this screen. Dashboard, build, manage, train, publish, test. These are kind of buttons you will see on the screen. And what are the intents and what are the entities? Intents are basically known as intent. What are your intents to? I mean, why are you creating this bot? What are your intentions? So let's say, oh, I'm creating this chatbot so that I can inquire about the lowest prices of pizzas existing near me, or the restaurants that are selling pizzas. I'm gonna inquire the prices of those restaurants. So for those restaurants, I need a chatbot, because I'm not going to hire a separate person who's going to who's going to reply to the customer queries. Customer comes and asks, what's the price of this the middle size pizza? What's the size of this larger size pizza? So I'm not going to hire a separate person for this thing. Why not we have a chatbot? Why not we have a built-in chatbot for this thing, so that a person comes, a customer come and he asks directly to our chatbot that what's the price of this pizza, and it's going to reply you that. So basically, for that thing, you have to create intents. So let's say my first intent would be, let's say weather. Let's say I'm creating this chatbot to inquire about weather. What is the weather in London? What is the weather in Karachi? What is the weather in San Francisco, in different areas? So I'm going to create with the name. So I'm going to inquire about weather. So I just created an intent of weather. Got it. Okay. So now here you will write the utterances. Utterances are what are the expected queries that user or customer can create or can ask from your chatbot. So let's say, what's the weather? Let me write first utterance, which is what's the weather in London. Okay, all right, don't create anything over there. Just come to entities and just click machine learn. Yeah, choose machine learn entity. There are different kind of entities. Name your entity. I'm gonna call it city name. So what are the entities? Entities are the basically names of your variable. Like in programming language, you define a variable. Like, so when you define let's say you're using Python and you define a city name variable or list. In city name, you're going to store a list of cities. You would have multiple city name in the city list. So I'm going to call it city name. The variable name would be city name, and it is machine learn, and I'm going to say create. It is creating an entity for that. So now it has created an entity. I'm going to go back to my intents. I'm going to choose weather. And first intent is what's the weather in London. I have I mean, the user can ask in different ways. Like I ask him what's the weather in London. User can simply say, tell me about the weather in London. I'm going to add it as well, and I'm going to say, tell me, yeah, or I can say, how, let's say, what's the temperature in let's say Kolkata today. Yeah, so that's a different kind of intent. So once you created these intent, come to the city name. When you will click the city name, you will be provided with this variable, which we call over here entities. You will select city name, and it will mark down a blue line below this city name. And similarly, you will do for all the intents you created. You're going to select London, and you will say city name again over here, London, and say city name. You can create as many intents as you want. So let's say what's the weather in Japan, or be more specific. Let's say write a city name. So let's say Lahore. So I'm going to mark down Lahore as well as a city name. So you can create as much entities as you want, but keep it in your mind that all entities should belong to weather. So you're not going to ask anything irrelevant to the weather. Let's say you write over here, what's your name? So what's your name is not a is not relative to weather. It is irrelevant to weather. So you have to ask the queries which are relevant to weather, and they must contain those entities which you define over here. So what did you define over here? You define city name. So your weather must contain your weather must contain the city names, so that you can collect those city, and you can assign them into a variable which is city name. This is how the Lewis chatbot works. Once you are done with this thing, you can simply click train. So now what is it doing? It is training your chatbot for you. The training is done using NLP, which is natural language processing. It is done under the hood of Azure. Okay, so it is done with the training. You can do testing, click the test, and you can say simply, what's the weather in, let's say, San Francisco. Yeah, so as you can see, our chatbot has detected what the user is asking about. So it is saying the user is asking about weather. As you can see, the score is 0.934. So if any one of you have worked on machine learning, so on the back end of this chatbot, there is a machine learning deployed. So it is saying the user is talking about chatbot. Uh, we so we have created a simple chatbot. Now from here, once we detect what the user is asking about, we can create a web app in which we can give the answers to different queries. So we can write the answers like if the user, let's say, if the user asks about weather, respond back with this answer. So if the user asks about, let's say, prices, respond back with this answer, respond back with these prices. But for me personally, I don't like this chatbot because you have to do lots of work with Lewis. But from now, we're going to work on Q&A chatbot. So let me first publish it, then we're going to move towards Lewis chatbot. So once you click publish button, you will come to production slot because you're doing it for production. You can simply turn on and turn off your sentiment analysis. Right now it's not working. Let's keep it default. Production slot, yeah, done. So once you publish your app, you will get a URL, and or you can say endpoint URL. You click it and you go to authoring resources, and you over here in authoring resources, yeah, okay, it is creating. That's why I didn't see my authoring resources. Yeah, it is creating the authoring resources. Let it create. Till it create the authoring resources, we would go to our services back, and now we will come back to, let's close this one. I simply go to home. So it's time to create Q&A bot. It's still creating. Yeah, so for Q&A bot, again, you need to go to bot services. Again, you need to register the resources as we did for the Lewis chatbot. So you have to perform the same job for Q&A chatbot as we did for the Lewis chatbot, so that we can. All right. So first of all, you need to go to. Okay, where is creating intents? First of all, you have to go to Q&A maker.ai. You have to go to Q&A maker.ai, go to Q&A maker.ai. Once it opens up, you do have Q&A maker AI over here. Why did you just open up again? Okay. Okay, so I'm already signing. You would when you will open up, you will see a sign in option over here. You would click sign in and you will sign in with your Outlook credentials. So once you are inside it, you can go to my knowledge bases, and over here you will see nothing, but I have created one knowledge base, so I'm seeing one knowledge base. So yeah, but we are going to create a knowledge base from scratch. We're going to create our I'm going to choose student ambassador as our service plan. I'm going to say all subscription, not I'm going to say Azure for students. So over here, okay, first of all, go to create a Q&A knowledge base. Create a Q&A knowledge base and click this create a Q&A service. When you click this, it will prompt you to the Azure portal. Okay, so this portal will open up, and over here you will see create Q&A maker service. So if you can go directly to qnamaker.ai and you can create your resources from here by clicking create a Q&A service. If you have already created your resources, you can directly jump to step 2. Now what do I mean by these all words which I say right now? Is like we haven't created any resources related to Q&A service. So first of all, we have to create resources. So I click this create a Q&A service. It will get me over here. It will prompt me to this Azure service, Azure cloud, and I'm gonna choose my subscription, which is Azure for students. I'm gonna choose my existed resource group, which was second chatbot. I created this in front of you, and I'm gonna call it Q&A chatbot. I'm gonna call it Q&A chatbot part 2. Okay, I can't use underscore in the name. That's strange. Let's say for Q&A chatbot for Furqan2, so it will be unique maybe. Yeah, it is accepting. Yeah, pricing tile would be, yeah, I'm gonna choose standard pricing tile. And I'm gonna choose the location, which is, again, I'm gonna say East Asia because we deployed everything in East Asia. So I'm gonna choose East Asia over here. Same goes with over here. So I'm gonna choose free basic pricing tile. Again, I'm gonna choose free over here. And my app name would be Q&A chat bot for Furqan2. So let's keep it default. I'm gonna change my website location, which is East Asia. Yeah, app inside location, keep it East Asia as well. Rest of the thing will remain same. Yes, review and create. Click review and create, and again create. It's taking time because it is validating and then it will create this. Let's go back to our intents. Oh, it is still taking time. I don't know why. Let me refresh the page. It normally does not take that much time. Operation would exceed free tier service quota. You are using 1 out of 1 free tier service quota. Okay. So I have already created. Okay, so I'm out of quotas because I have already created a service. That's why it is saying that you cannot create one more service. So let me try again. Let me go back to basic plan and let me say, okay, let me change the resource group. It is not gonna help me in this. but let me give it a shot. What does it say? Will it help me or not? Say again, create. Yeah, so in free tier, you can just create one single bot. You cannot create multiple bots. What if I change basic? Yeah, if I change my pricing tier, it is gonna cost me, but let me change from free to basic. What does it say now? We go back to this and let me create second chatbot. Let me make it. It's validating, and maybe this time it will work, but we don't want it to work because it is going to cost us money now. Yeah, so now it is working because yeah, now I guess you have gotten what the issue was occurring over here. The issue was we were creating free tier again for the Q&A service. But in free tier, you can only create one Q&A chatbot. You cannot create multiple Q&A chatbots for different applications. Yeah, you can deploy that chatbot in different applications, but you cannot create multiple Q&A chatbots. So right now, I just created a paid chatbot. It is gonna utilize our credits provided by Microsoft student. Microsoft provided to us on Microsoft Student Ambassador account. It is going to charge those credits. But you would create your first. But you would create your first chatbot, so it's not going to do problem for you. It's not going to create problem for you. So I'm going to say go to resources. So this is how you create your resources for Q&A chatbot. So once you're done with that, come to this second page, click refresh, and once you click refresh, you will see the resource that you created over there. And I'm going to say, yeah, student ambassador, because we are using student ambassador accounts. And I'm going to choose Azure for Students subscription. And Q&A service would be Q&A bot for Khan. So hold a minute. So it is created. Make an API call. Why it is not selecting this one? Because we created this one resource right now, not the above one. This was the previous resource which I had created. Let me refresh the page again. Maybe it will work after refresh, because over here our resource has been created, but it's not. Over here you can see in the logs, you can see the logs over here in the notification panel. If you get an error, you will get error straightly over here. You don't need to go anywhere else for checking the errors. Student ambassador accounts, subscription is Azure for students. Yeah, so now it is working. Q&A chatbot for Khan 2. Now it is available. Yeah, sometimes we come across some technical issues, but that has nothing to do with our curiosity of creating chatbot. So I'm going to choose the language which is English, because we are not going to create French chatbot which has nothing to do with our business. All right, so name our knowledge base. The knowledge base, what is knowledge base? Knowledge base name is your reference, and you can change it. So I'm going to call my knowledge base is basically the number of questions which you are going to put, which you are going I mean, you're going to train your chatbot on the number of different questions, on different knowledge. So those number of questions will go into a file, and that file is known as knowledge base. That database of different questions to or millions of questions is known as knowledge base, because for the chatbot will get trained on that knowledge. So I'm gonna call the file, let's say Furkan chatbot. Populate your knowledge base. All right, so keep it default. Yeah, so keep these things default. Just click enable multi-turn extraction from URLs. Yeah, over here, what type of chatbot do you want to create? Let's say you want to create a professional chatbot, which would write the complete, chat. So like we have different types of chatbot. A friendly chat in usually when two friends are talking, they don't write or type every single word completely. They write you as simple you, not y or u. So if you choose friendly, it is gonna write you as simple U, not Y or U. But if you choose professional, it is gonna write you as Y or U. So I'm gonna choose professional, and lastly, I'm gonna say create your no default answer found. Okay, so keep it. Let's untick this thing. Now create it again. Create your knowledge base. Yeah, so it is creating our chatbot now. Let me see if there is anything in chat. Okay, so if you guys are getting error, stay with me. I'm gonna post a video, but or I'm gonna reply you at the end of this session. I'm gonna fix your errors at that time. But let me first create the chatbot. Okay, so knowledge base is created. Okay, by default, it has this knowledge base, which is Q&A chitchat professional.tsv. Now, this is a file which contains these all types of questions. Like you can see, do you ever get hurt? Can you breathe? Do you ever breathe? Like this is it's a way of asking. I mean, where's the question? Let me first figure out the question over here. All right, so first of all, let me create a question for our chatbot. I'm going to click add Q&A pair. I'm going to say, what's my name? Or what's your name, let's say. I know my name, I need to know your name. So I'm going to write the answer. I'm going to click on enter an answer, and I'm going to say, my name is, you create the answer over here. My name is, let's say, Louisiana. Or Sophia. My name is Sophia. All right, so I'm gonna, once I write the name, I can add alternative phrasing as well. So when my customer come to visit my chatbot, he can ask, what's your name? He can say, what's the name? Or he can say, he can pronounce different phrases. So I'm gonna add some more phrases. Let's say, what's the name? And add one more phrase. How do you call by? How do you call by? So I have added these three phrases, and on all these three phrases, my chatbot is going to reply, my name is Sophia. All right, so let me create another question. I'm going to click add another Q&A pair, and I'm going to say, where's the question? Let me remove it over here, and let me create it again. What's the Do you know how to cook pizza? How to cook pizza? or it's gonna say, let's say, no, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so it's saying I don't know. But let's say you want to add an image as well. So you want to respond with the help of image. You just don't want to reply in the form of text. You want to create. You want to pass an image as well, like we showed you in the demo. So you can go to Google and you simply say pizza. So let's say I choose this image and I'm going to click copy image address. I'm going to copy the image address. I'm going to come back to my Q&A chatbot, which is over here. And I'm going to say, yeah, do you know how to cook pizza? I'm going to say, no, I don't know. Over here, why you're doing this thing? Let me click this image control. What happened? It's not working. Okay, now it will work. Yeah, so I'm going to click on this thing, image, and I'm going to pass my URL over here. All right. So alternate text mean if the chatbot is not able to fetch the image from the provided URL, it is what is the alternate response it is going to give. So I'm going to say no image found. No image found. So if it doesn't found the image, it is just simply going to say no image found. So that's all.
Just hold on for a moment. Furkan Ali is changing his internet connection. Just
I'm so sorry. The internet stopped working. All right. So service problem again. Thanks to internet service provider I'm having over here. So where were we? We were just copying the image address. We copied the image address. We went back to Q&A maker, and yeah, we pasted over here, no image found, and we just click OK. And now we're gonna click on the side of this image, and we're gonna say enter. We will press enter, or you just click this image and press enter. 2 times enter, and you will see the cursor over here. You can write, do you know how to cook pizza? You can simply write, no, I don't know. I don't want to tell you. I don't know how to cook pizza. And once you're done, you just say okay, and you can add more questions as much. You can add as many questions as you want. And also one more thing, you can add alternate phrasing as over here as well, which I told you previously. Like people can say, people can ask you how to cook pizza, how to cook pizza. So they can have alternate questions as well. They're not just gonna simply say, do you know how to cook pizza? They can have multiple type. They can ask simple query in different forms. So you have to prepare your chatbot for all types of questions. So I'm going to say how to cook pizza, and can you tell me ways of cooking pizza? Yeah, so I have added some more alternate questions. So once you're done, you can say save and train. You're gonna click save and train. Why it's giving me error again? Oh, there's a Q&A pair. Okay, so this Q&A pair is empty. That's why it is giving me error. So I'm gonna just delete it because I don't need this Q&A pair. So yeah, now I'm gonna say save and train. Yeah, so now it's working. It's yeah. So now it has been created. I'm gonna say test. So for testing, I'm gonna say, what's your name? When I say, what's your name? It's gonna reply me, I don't have a name. Why did it reply, I don't have a name? Because the what's your name was already registered in the catalog. I can close this by again clicking test. And when I go back, what's your name? I added what's the name, how do you call by? And it said my name is Sophia. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this answer. I'm gonna delete this query which I created over here, and I'm gonna go and search I'm gonna search the existing query from my existing database. So let's say, what's my name? I'm gonna search it over here. So as you can see, when I wrote this query over here in my existing knowledge base, these type of questions were already existing in my knowledge base, because when you will create a chatbot, you would have pre-existing questions in your database or knowledge base. So you should have, when you create a new question, make sure that you do not repeat the question, because as I did, I repeated the question by saying what's my name. So like you can see, do you know who this is, who am I, who I am? So I can simply say, these are the alternate questions. So I can simply say, I don't know you personally, or for this, do you know who I am? For this, for all the questions, he's saying, I don't know you personally, but I can say, my name is Sophia. Sophia. Yeah, again, save and train. You gotta do this. Whenever you make change, you have to save and train again and again. And once it is done, you have to click the publish button over here, because you are going to deploy this chatbot into your web app. So when you click publish button, by default you will see Furqan chatbot. But if yeah, so it is going to publish this thing into Q&A chatbot Furqan, to which it is the resource that we created over here in the okay, so it is, yeah, so in the Azure cloud. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so I'm going to publish it. It takes usually a minute for the publishment. So now it has been published. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to my knowledge base. Yeah, so I will come back to my Azure cloud, and I will go to my home, and I'm gonna say, where is my chatbot? I forgot the name because there are so many services and so many names over here. Go back to home. What was the name? Chatbot Furqan was for maybe it was Q&A chatbot Furqan test 1. Yeah, I guess it was test 1. Yeah, so I'm gonna say test in web chat. I'm gonna click test in web chat, and over here I need to write my question. So I'm gonna say what's my name. Your name is user. That's not the defined chatbot. That's my old chatbot. That's why it is saying your name is user. Let me refresh it. Or you can simply click on view all your chatbots over here. Yeah, so you can click second chatbot, and once you click this second chatbot, yeah, so over here when you click, just close it. Once you're done with the creation of chatbot, you can click view all your chatbots, and when you click this chatbot, you will come up with all the existing chatbots. So I had this chatbot previously created, but now right now I created the second chatbot. So in the second chatbot, I'm gonna say test in web chat. I'm gonna repeat the same thing which I did for the previously, which was asking my name. So I'm gonna say what's my name. Hello, welcome. Thank you. It's repeating. What's my name? Let me write. Do you know how to cook pizza? Oh my God, why it's working? Why it's doing like this? Let me go back to my knowledge base. Why it is echoing? I created this Furqan chatbot. I'm gonna click it. Refresh the page. Let me do the publishment again. Let me publish Furqan chatbot again. So maybe this time it will work. I don't think so. It's gonna work. Hey, echo. Why is doing echo again and again? Let me edit the service. Maybe let me go to settings, and let me see if there is something wrong. Everything is perfect. Save and train. Let me do again save and train. And let me test it over here. go back to your edit and click it over here and just test it over here and write what's my name, because if it work over here, maybe, yeah, so now it's working over here. My name is Sophia. The problem was in publishment, the problem was in deployment. Yeah, so normally due to latency, it does not deploy it promptly, but it takes usually maybe after 5 minutes it will work properly. My name is Sophia, and I can ask, do you know how to cook pizza? Do you know how to cook pizza? Oh wow! So it's saying I don't know how to cook pizza, but it's also giving the image as well. So it's working. Let me try publishing it again. Test in web chat. Hi. It's not working over here, but it's working over there. That's a strange behavior from chatbot. Okay, so let me show you something new in creating your chatbot. Let me refresh the page. Choose this chatbot. Now you'll see the code. Okay, you can also FNQ email. FNAQ, where are the frequently asked questions of different website. Let me say facebook.com. Let me write down facebook.com/frequently asked question. Saying not available. Okay, so it's a website I should write over here. Pizza websites. Let me open Domino's Pizza website and then let me try over here frequently asked question. Maybe this website has frequently asked question. This also does not have frequently asked question site. This pizza website should have a FNAQ. Okay, the point I'm trying to make over here is if you get FNAQ frequently asked question portion, let me try it over here. It does not have FNAQ. There was a website, let me check over here, which was containing frequently asked question portion. Okay, so just give me a second. All right, so it is like, let's say you get a website with dominoes.com whatever the name is, and you pick up frequently asked question like this. The frequently asked question page contains multiple questions with multiple answers. So what the point which I'm trying to make over here is you will come back to over here. You will go to setting in your Q&A maker.ai. When you go to setting, you will come to this URL and you will paste the URL over here. and you will simply say add URL. But right now this URL is not working, so I'm going to say delete it. But what happens is when you add this frequently asked question and you go back to your edit panel, you will see all those questions which were enlisted on that website frequently asked question panel. Those all the questions will come back, will come to this, will come to your chatbot. So you don't have to write every single question. Let's say you want to build a chatbot for a company, for a Domino's Pizza. So Domino's Pizza does have a frequently asked question section or a corner or a page in which they have listed all their customer queries. So you can pick up that page and you will come to this, you will go to the setting and you will just paste the URL over there, and whatever the questions being asked by the customers of Domino's, you will get all those questions over here along with their answers. So you don't need to write every single question by clicking add Q&A pair, and because that will get hectic for you. So that's the easiest way to create for creating a chatbot for a specific company. And one thing more. Yeah, so this was from the setting thing. Yeah, so let me again add Q&A pair, and now I'm gonna say what happened. What's doing like this? Add Q&A pair. I'm gonna say, have you watched Iron Man? And it's gonna say which part. So let's say let's say your chatbot is not aware of the specific question you are asking. So let's say it is saying which part are you talking about. Let's say Iron Man 1 or Iron Man 2. Which part are you talking about? Are you talking about? So it's gonna say which part are you, and now it's gonna say, now you're gonna click add follow-up prompt. Now when you will click this, you will add over here the types of Iron Man movies, the parts of Iron Man movies. So let's say Iron Man 1, and in the description you will write up this movie was released in 2009. So this is a description of this thing, and I'm gonna say save. I'm gonna add one more prompt because there were 3 parts of Iron Man movie. I'm gonna say Iron Man. It's not writing. Iron Man 3, 2. And it's gonna say this movie was released in 2012. I'm gonna say save. One more prompt. I'm saying to Iron 3. So this is the last prompt I'm adding, and say I'm just gonna write 2000. Let's say 13. So I've added these all prompts over here, and once I'm done, I'm gonna say save and train, because as many questions I'm gonna create or add in my knowledge base, I have to train again and again. And you don't need to. I mean, once you add. Okay, why it is saying? Maybe something is wrong, or some space is empty. Let me do it again. I'm having internet issue too much tonight. Let it train first, then we're gonna test over here, because publish. Oh God, why it's not working? Oh, got it. So Iron Man 3. Yeah, you can go and edit this thing. The heck? Let me save and train again. Let me reload the page. It's giving me again and again error, and it's a Murphy law. You know, if something can go wrong, it will definitely go wrong. That's happening over here tonight. What happened with this thing? Oh wow, just deleted my chatbot. What's going on here? Azure for students, all services. Okay, let me edit over here. Let me use my pre-existing chatbot. Let me show you quickly what I meant by the last code, which I was doing. Yeah, so I edit the question of pizza. Yeah, have you watched Iron Man? Again, let me add. Have you watched Iron Man? I'm just gonna say which part are you? Or just simply which part. I'm gonna say quickly, and I'm gonna add follow-up prompt. I'm gonna say Iron Man 1, and it's gonna say 2009. Let's save it, and follow-up prompt once more. Iron Man 2, 2012. Save it again. Make sure that you add these prompts below in front of this question. Have you watched it? And don't add these prompts below this add follow-up prompt. Yeah, so don't add over here. Just add in the existing question, in the original question. So original question was, have you watched Iron Man? So add all the prompts below the original question. So like you will see, whenever you add the prompt, you will see these boxes over here. So I've added two boxes. So I'm seeing two boxes. I'm gonna add now third box. It's gonna say Iron Man 3. I'm gonna say 2014 and save. I'm gonna save and train, and let me just shift back to our let me open up my chatbot. Yeah, so let me test it now. Have you watched Iron Man? So when I ask this question to my bot, it's taking long. Oh God, what the heck? It's not working. The internet is. Let me refresh the page. Yeah, so we have 3 over here. Let me save and train again. Maybe yes. So have you watched Iron Man? This was my original question. Okay, now it is working. Yeah, so the error comes due to internet and so many issues. As I told you, my internet is not working today properly, so that's why it is giving error again and again. And as you can see, it has destroyed my previously existing file as well. So that's why I'm using my old file. And which part I'm gonna say? Let's say I'm gonna talk about Iron Man 2. I choose Iron Man 2, so it is saying 2012. So I didn't write the whole thing like it was released in 2012. I just said Iron Man 2012. So this thing is used when you are expecting a cross questioning from your chatbot. So well, let's say as I gave you the example, like do I have any nearest pizza location? So it's going to ask me, yeah, we have 3 pizza. From which you want to order? So it's going to say Gulshan branch, XYZ branch. So you will choose the branch, and it is going to give you again the number of options that which pizza do you want to order. So that's kind of chatbot you can create, and you can publish again. Once you're done with the chatbot, you can simply click publish, and when you click publish, it is going to publish your chatbot, and you come back over here and just go to test in web chat, but let it publish first. So now, yeah, so it is done. I'm going to come in test in web chat, and I'm going to write down over here, have you watched Iron Man movie? So yeah, it's working perfectly. I'm going to say Iron Man 1, so it's going to give me 2009. So it is working perfectly. So let's say if I want to deploy this chatbot, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply go to setting. I'm going to go to settings, and in settings, I'm going to go to you can give an icon to your image. You can display, you can give the name to your chatbot and whatever you want to you like to. And where is the save part? So let me give it an image. Okay, it is larger. Choose an image. Yeah, so it is fine. Let's go to configuration. Let me see if I get the thing which I'm looking forward to. I need to go back. Yeah, so I gotta go to channels first of all. And once you come back to channel, let me choose direct line. What if I say click it, edit. Okay, so you will go to web chat. Yeah, yeah. You will go to channels, and in the channels you will go to web chat. Let me show you again. Oh God, I just came too much back. Yeah, you over here you will go to channels, and in the channels, if you want to deploy on web, you will click web chat. But if you want to deploy it on Teams, as we have, as I showed you in the demo, so you can click Microsoft Team, and it will deploy you automatically. It will deploy automatically for you. You will just open Teams, and as you can see over here, my chatbot is available. So I'm going to say hi, and it's going to reply me. So now it is deployed on Microsoft Teams. So it's saying welcome to Q&A, hello. I'm going to close it. but I want to deploy it on my website. So let's say I'm going to edit this thing, web chat. I'm going to click web chat edit, and web chat edit. I'm going to copy this thing. iframe, as you can see, iframe tag is used for creating an interactive iframe in website. So let me go. We call it test folder. Test folder, and in test folder, I'm going to open my VS Code. So, come on, dude. Why are you not opening VS Code for me? Let me try it again. Okay, now it worked. Yeah, in the test folder, I'm going to create a file called index.html. I'm going to say HTML, or let me try doc. In the HTML, I'm going to include this tag. But in the your secret key, you're gonna write your own secret key, which was your secret key is written over here. So you can see show me the secret key, and you can use the secret key, copy it from here, and just come back to your VS Code and paste it over here, your secret key. Yeah, so now your chatbot is ready to deploy it. Yes, go back to your test folder, double click your test folder, and it will open up this thing. And now you can see your chatbot is integrated into your web app. And now you can say hi. And when you type hi, you'll get reply hello. So do you know how to cook pizza? Let me write down how to cook pizza. It's gonna say, I don't need to eat. Wow, wow. I'm not asking you to eat. I'm asking you, do you know how to cook? Do you know how to cat? I have lost my mind. You know how to cook pizza, or what was the question? I forgot. Oh, okay, that question was not. Let me write. Have you watched Iron Man? Let me try this one because the pizza one question, because the question related to pizza was included in our previous chatbot. Yeah, so it is saying me which one, so I'm going to choose Iron Man 2, and it's going to give me reply 2012. So as you have seen, you can add some further modification. Again, this is not an HTML class, so I'm not going to teach you what is HTML and how you can modify your code for HTML. So let's say, but I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to just modify the width for you, width of the chatbot. So once you refresh the page, so now you can see the width of the chatbot has gotten very small, or it got shrink. So again, I can write hi, and it's going to reply me in the same manner. So I'm going to let me write down, show me your face. So it is going to say me, oh my God, that's horrible face. So, so now we have deployed our chatbot. So this is how you deploy your chatbot. I have told you how to add pictures. I've told you how to add multiple interactions, so that in which you can ask which movie have you watched, and the bot is gonna ask you ask you for which movie you're talking about. So you can add multiple interactions in your chatbot, and you can add images as well. I have told you this thing as well. And in the next session, we're going to see how to deploy this thing in Azure, and how to deploy your web apps basically in Azure. It is very easy thing. Basically, the hardest thing was this thing, to get your chatbot running. There was some issues while creating, as you can see, I'm still getting connection errors. So those connection errors got me got everything, quite tedious. So I hope you got everything. So now we are closing the session and moving towards Q&A session. I have already taken so much time, so I'm not gonna. We're not gonna do long Q&A session. So you have to ask very quickly. Yeah. So any question? Yeah. So any question? Do you have? Do you guys want to ask anything from me? Let me read the chat.
Ali Raza asked, can we make it voice based?
Can I make it voice based? Yes, we can make it voice based, but for that we have to use another service of Azure. We cannot do it using this service, but yeah, we can convert this code and include the voice in this as well. We have to use another service of Azure for including voice. I hope you got it. Ali Raza, thank you so much for the movie's correct release date. You seems to me a big fan of Iron Man. Yeah, you can download the source code. Yeah, maybe you can download the source code. The language on which it builds the chatbot is C Sharp and Node.js. But I guess this chatbot is built on C Sharp. So if you want to do it by coding, I mean, you can perform this all these things by doing coding as well. Uh, can we use Python to build a chatbot? Yes, you can use Python to build a chatbot, but that will get quite tedious because you have to build everything from scratch. You have to use NLP. Right now in Azure, everything is built in. Everything is provided built in. But if you are going to build using Python, you have to build everything from scratch. You have to build an NLP machine learning model, then you have to build a UI, then you have to integrate UI with NLP. So this is going to get quite long task. So Azure provide you a ready-made service. You just provide the questions and you train the model and you get the chatbot. You get the ready-made chatbot. That's why people prefer usually built-in chatbot rather than creating their own from scratch. But inshallah, in future we will conduct a workshop on that as well, in on training on your own neural network models for training chatbots or different kind of stuff. Anything else, or we should be? Yeah, text to speech is a Ali Raza, text to speech is a library or sorry, service of as provided by Azure, which you can use for converting your text to speech. And then again, speech to text is another service which you can use for converting speech to text spec. So those are two different services. So I guess now we should wrap up if you don't have any other question. Again, I'm saying sorry for the inconvenience because we had so much issues today. The day before yesterday webinar was quite good because we had a very good internet connection, but today the internet connection was not working very properly. We had so many faults and so many connection issues. That's why everything did not went as we planned it, but I tried my best, and I hope you guys will go home. You guys will try it yourself, and you will build a good responsive chatbot. And once you build it, please do post it on this chat, the link, or post a video to our Facebook page, and inshallah we will respond to you back. If you get
Send
any,
us the video and we will post on our social pages. Because you have to practice very hard. When we are creating our first chatbot, it took us 40 hours, no doubt. It took us 40 hours to build our first chatbot, but after time, we just practice hard, practice hard. Even you see, the work was just about 20 to 30 minutes, but due to some technical failures and even sometimes the cloud will interrupt you a lot. So it sometimes take up to even 3 to 4 hours. So that is why you have even heard that deployment is always difficult. That is the reason. Deployment is always an hectic issue. UI is not hectic issue. UI हर कोई बना लेता है, लेकिन deployment करने में सबको पता लग जाता है. So that is the reason कि आप किसी भी cloud पर काम करने जाएं, and Azure is not easy to deploy. So you have to work very hard on every lecture. आप Azure के basic cloud concepts को अच्छी तरीके से आप understand करें. Then you have to practice hard on this lecture as well. I guarantee you 100% that if you practiced all 6 workshops, you can mention yourself as a cloud engineer, because you will see after 6 workshops you will have much more experience than your fellows in cloud computing than no one will be ever having, because we are way too different than other traditional workshops. Okay, Yasin asked that where can we see this lecture again? Okay, so we will upload our lectures on our YouTube channel. You can search our YouTube channel with MLSA SSUT on YouTube. So I'm also dropping a link within a moment on a chat. So you can search our every event there, highlights, everything on there. So it will not be a problem. Just subscribe it so you will receive a notification when we are going to have a recording there.
Yeah, as a professional courtesy, yeah, MLS is SSUT, exactly. For as a professional courtesy, I'm gonna share my LinkedIn, and if you get any error or any query you have in your mind, you can also ask me directly. Directly inbox me, and I'm gonna reply you, inshallah. Because today we failed. आज चूँकि बहुत सारे technical failure थे, तो तुम लोग डायरेक्टली मुझे लिंक्डइन पे भी अप्रोच कर सकते हो विद द स्क्रीन शॉट्स, जो भी एरर तुम लोगों को फेस हुआ. बट आई अर्ज यू, प्लीज़ बिल्ड दिस चैटबॉट एट योर होम, बिकॉज दिस इज़ द नीड ऑफ द फ्यूचर. मैंने लिंक्डइन का भी शेयर कर दी है. तुम लोग यहाँ पे मुझे डायरेक्टली अप्रोच कर सकते हो, क्वेश्चंस कर सकते हो, एंड आई एम गोना रिप्लाई यू. लाजमी ट्राई करें इस चीज़ को. इट इज़ वेरी वेरी गुड थिंग फॉर योर बिजनेस एंड फॉर योर रेज्यूमे एज वेल. So should we wrap up, Huzafa?
Okay, so if there is no difficulty in anyone facing, so we can wrap up right now, because we are we have almost crossed double time. We are at 9:51 instead of 9. Okay, so we are wrapping up this event. So जो chatbot बनाया है और जो भी चीजें बनाता जाए, please all this week and another week as well. At the end, after within 2 to 3 September, LinkedIn पे मुझे पर्सनली यहाँ पे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के पेज पे या इंस्टाग्राम पे कहीं पे भी अपनी वीडियो का ड्राइव लिंक शेयर जरूर कर दीजिएगा. So we can post on YouTube and our social media as well that you have done great, guys, with your name as well. Bye.
Bye bye. Allah Hafiz. Take care.